A dangerous severe weather outbreak is expected today, with the potential for multiple strong tornadoes. Storms are forecast to develop this afternoon from Texas and Oklahoma through the Midwest and into the Great Lakes region, bringing damaging winds, very large hail, and tornadoes. The most significant impacts are expected across Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Michigan, where atmospheric conditions will become increasingly favorable for tornado development later in the day. This active pattern is not expected to ease after today, as additional rounds of severe weather are likely through the rest of the week, with the atmosphere continuing to reload. The Storm Prediction Center has upgraded today's outlook to an enhanced risk, including cities such as Des Moines, Chicago, and Milwaukee, where the threat of very large hail and strong tornadoes will be highest during the afternoon and evening. Across a broader region from Texas through the Midwest into parts of the Northeast, there remains at least a slight risk of severe weather, with even marginal threats extending as far east as Massachusetts. The primary hazards today include scattered damaging wind gusts of 50 to 70 miles per hour, along with large to very large hail. In some areas, hail could reach the size of apples, posing risks to vehicles and crops. There are two main areas of concern for tornado development. One is focused over the Midwest, particularly near Milwaukee, Des Moines, and Chicago, where strong tornadoes appear likely due to very high instability and strong wind shear. Another area extends along the dryline in parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri, where isolated supercells could produce additional strong tornadoes. Even areas under lower risk, such as Detroit, Indianapolis, and parts of South Texas, should remain alert for isolated tornado activity. The atmospheric environment is extremely volatile, with CAPE values reaching up to 5,000 JFA/kg in parts of Iowa, Wisconsin, and Illinois, and around 4,000 JFA/kg in Texas and Oklahoma. Combined with high moisture and strong wind shear, this creates highly favorable conditions for severe storms and tornado formation. Significant tornado parameter values are also elevated, indicating a heightened risk of strong tornadoes, especially later in the afternoon and evening. Storms are expected to begin developing between 2 o'clock and 3 p.m. in parts of Iowa, Wisconsin, and Illinois, initially producing large hail. The tornado threat will increase rapidly as discrete supercells form. By late afternoon and early evening, storms may intensify, particularly across southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois, where significant tornadoes are possible. Additional supercells may develop near Kansas City, Tulsa, and the Red River Valley, also posing risks of large hail and tornadoes. By the evening hours, storms will move eastward into Michigan and may produce isolated tornadoes if they remain discrete. Otherwise, they could form into clusters, bringing widespread damaging winds and embedded tornadoes. Overnight, storms are expected to merge into a larger system, continuing the severe weather threat into Wednesday. On Wednesday, severe weather is expected to persist across similar areas, although the overall intensity may be slightly lower. Damaging winds will be the primary concern, along with large hail, and a continued risk of isolated tornadoes, especially near Oklahoma City and Tulsa. The peak window for severe weather on Wednesday is expected between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. By Thursday, the threat should decrease somewhat, with only isolated severe storms possible. However, another more organized severe weather event is expected on Friday, particularly across parts of the Midwest and Southern Plains, with damaging winds, hail, and potential tornadoes. This active pattern may continue into the weekend, although confidence in specific details remains lower at this stage. Overall, this is a prolonged and dangerous severe weather period, and residents in affected areas should stay alert, monitor forecasts closely, and be prepared to act quickly if warnings are issued.